And comparison into confidence, and that's more beautiful than any model image could ever capture. What do you think? Was that moment her breaking point or the beginning of her freedom? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this story isn't over yet. Her appearance was distinctive and became part of her identity. She didn't look like anyone else, she just looked like Selena. That image is burned into our collective memory, so when we see her now, our brains automatically compare adult Selena to teenage Selena, which is already an unfair comparison. Then her health took a serious turn. Lupus isn't just being tired, it's an autoimmune disease where the body attacks itself, affecting organs like the skin, joints, kidneys, brain, and lungs. Before her diagnosis, she dealt with headaches, exhaustion, joint pain, fevers, and rashes while maintaining an intense schedule of filming, touring, and performing. Imagine being in your early 20s, performing on stage, while your body is slowly breaking down internally. Lupus treatment is aggressive. It often involves steroids, immunosuppressants, and medications similar to those used in chemotherapy. These are powerful drugs with serious side effects. One of the most visible is moon face, where steroids cause puffiness due to fluid retention and fat redistribution. Weight can shift to the face and torso while the rest of the body barely changes. Someone can look bloated at one event, leaner at another, and fuller again months later depending on medication and dosage. The disease didn't stop there. Lupus attacked her kidneys, leading to lupus nephritis and eventual kidney failure. She needed a transplant from her friend Francia, which saved her life. Recovery from a kidney transplant is intense: major surgery, scarring, constant immune suppression, and lifelong medication to prevent rejection. When people casually comment that she looks swollen or different, they're talking about someone whose body has been through extreme trauma. Selena has been open about how her weight fluctuates based on medication and how those changes happen month to month. She said that being criticized for it affected her mental health deeply. Over the years, she's appeared heavier at times and much slimmer at others. These changes alone can dramatically alter facial features, even without any cosmetic work. Fullness softens the face, while weight loss reveals bone structure. Repeated fluctuations over time can make a face look very different from one appearance to the next. From a medical standpoint, it's completely reasonable to attribute significant facial changes to lupus, steroids, immunosuppressants, and weight changes. Ignoring all of that and reducing it to "she ruined her face" is cruel and medically uninformed. However, there's another side that needs honesty. Lupus doesn't explain every change people notice. Chronic illness affects the body overall, but some specific structural changes, like a sharper chin, altered cheek contours, eyebrow positioning, and a more sculpted or tight appearance, are commonly associated with fillers, Botox, or implants. Chin filler can make the lower face more defined. Cheek fillers change mid-face structure. Botox alters how eyebrows sit and how expressions appear on camera. Can anyone prove exactly what procedure she's had? No. She hasn't publicly detailed them, and almost no one in Hollywood does. People usually only find out when something goes wrong or years later. Assuming she's never had injectables just because she feels relatable is unrealistic. Cosmetic procedures are standard in her industry. It's unfair to say all her changes are cosmetic, but it's also unrealistic to say none of them are. The truth is likely a mix: medical effects, possible cosmetic choices, natural aging, lighting, makeup, photo editing, and the fact that we're comparing a woman in her 30s to how she looked as a teenager. Selena once responded to a video analyzing her appearance, saying she was on steroids due to a flare-up and had Botox, and asked to be left alone. Later, she clarified she wasn't upset and just felt sad. That moment showed how exhausting constant scrutiny can be. What makes this conversation so messy is how extreme the reactions are. Some fans use her illness as a shield, shutting down any discussion of her appearance entirely. Others seem eager to tear her apart, mocking her weight and calling her botched. Both sides miss the point. Saying it's only lupus removes her autonomy. Saying she ruined her face removes her humanity. We do this partly because celebrity culture makes us feel entitled to famous women's faces. We watched her grow up, so change feels personal. Chronic illness is also invisible unless you've lived it, making it easier for people to dismiss its impact. The reality is that women are held to impossible standards. They're expected to age without aging, look natural but perfect, be honest about procedures but be shamed for admitting them, and remain frozen in time despite illness and trauma. Expecting a woman in her 30s who survived kidney failure to look like a teenage Disney star is unrealistic. Medication alone can dramatically change appearance, weight distribution, skin texture, hair, and facial shape. Add cosmetic procedures, aging, lighting, and constant photography, and you get what we see with Selena, a face shaped by many factors, some beyond her control and some personal choices. If you're looking for a simple answer, there isn't one. The real question isn't what she had done, but why it matters so much to us. Why do we feel entitled to know every detail of her medical history and appearance choices? If we're going to talk about her face, we need to talk about the bigger picture. You're allowed to notice she looks different. You're allowed to wonder why. But if you ask the question, you have to accept a complicated answer. Don't reduce a chronically ill woman to a cautionary tale. Don't weaponize her illness or mock her body. Don't expect her to look 19 forever. Try seeing her as a human being who has endured serious health struggles under constant scrutiny and doesn't owe anyone an explanation. Thanks for watching. If this made you think differently about celebrity culture and how women's appearances are judged, leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe. We talk about complicated topics that don't have easy answers. I'll see you in the next one.